Hello and welcome to another episode with Nurse Amy on Nurse Amy Academy. Thank you for tuning in. And again, the long-awaited ebook is here. I think I gave 7 tips. Yes, I probably gave more than that, but it's 7 tips to how to prepare for the CNA exam. So I will leave the link down there, and I hope that it does help you. Again, please, you can get the book for yourself. You can buy it and gift it. You know, I get so many questions about testing, how to make it less painful. So one of the things I want to talk about today is professionalism, which is one of the things I did talk about in the book. What is professionalism? Okay, so a lot of people do not understand it, or maybe you do, but let's go ahead and revisit it. Now, professionalism is not only in the way you speak, is not only in the way you carry out your job, it's your whole demeanor. Does that make sense? From the way you dress, to the way you carry yourself, to the way you answer questions, to the way you're polite, to the way you smile. These are all things that come to bear on your professionalism, okay? At every time, you've got to be professional. Professionalism also means the way you interact with your colleagues, and also the way you interact with your patients, the way you interact with the family members of your patients, you know, the way you act at work, the way you have boundaries. That is professionalism. Okay, a lot of CNAs and nurses do not have boundaries. I have talked about this on this channel. You've got to have boundaries. Having boundaries is part of your of being professional. Having boundaries is part of you coming across like, oh, well, you know, she's polite, she's nice, she smiles all the time, she has such a warm heart. But the thing is, they also know to respect you because you're respectful. You have to be respectful of people's spaces, and then in return, they're also respectful of yours. You're respectful of people's information that they give you. It doesn't matter if it's the patient or if it's your colleague. You know, you're not going to get personal information from patient A, and then you go to patient B and start to narrate what you heard from patient A. That is not being professional. First of all, there are things in place. HIPAA, you're not supposed to do that. I mean, that is a punishable offense. So you got to be careful. How about your colleagues anyway? So one of your colleagues comes to you, breaks down, and she's having problems with her boyfriend, with her husband, with whomever, and you hear her story. You're there for her. You're being nice. You're being personable. However, when you leave that room, you take her story, her personal story she shared with you, and you go to, well, colleague B and start to share the story. And this time you're adding other spices and other condiments to it. That is not being professional. Being professional is not just knowing your job, which is important, but then it's all those other accessories that come with it. Being professional also includes how you dress. You know, there are people, I tell you, there are people that I've worked with, and one of the things that stand out, it doesn't matter that they work in the laundry or their CNA or their housekeeping, we always notice their professional outlook. Right? We always notice, oh my God, the hair is on point or on flick. The clothing, it's ironed, it's nice. I mean, the shoes. And then another thing we always notice is the way they carry themselves. Some people come into the room and they say hello to everyone. Others come into the room and they expect you to say hello to them. Professionalism is a holistic packaging of what you portray to the world in your place of work. Does that make sense? When you keep practicing this, and I hope you do, because it's going to carry on into your testing site. Professionalism is another thing I talk about in the book, you know, the 7 tips on how to prepare for your state exam, your state CNA exam. Professionalism, you've got to be professional. You got to be professional at all times. It takes you a long way. People see it, people note it. Not being sloppy at your work. that is also being professional, because some people don't care. I've always told you guys this. The test observer, the RN test observer, is not going to want that success more than you. So you have got to bring your A game. Part of your A game is being professional. Okay, you got to be professional. And that means not being sloppy. Okay, be smart. You know, pace yourself. One thing I've always told you guys, one way to pass the physical skills, right? The way you're doing your skills, not the knowledge part of it, but where you're returning demonstration of ADLs. Those are the things you're being tested on. Is to pace yourself, meaning practice. I get asked this all the time, so listen. Practice, and then you time yourself. That would help you. The more you practice, the more you get more comfortable. And you know, if you're not living alone, get the people, you could be your kids, your husband, whomever, to help you. You know, you practice on how you're going to talk to the test observer. I've had students come back to me and say, the test observer didn't even pay me no mind. It doesn't matter. How do you know the day you're going to test, you're not going to have one that's going to be looking at you through a microscope? So you cannot preempt. Actually, go ahead and preempt and assume that everyone is going to be looking at you through their bifocals, trifocals, quadrifocals. You know, you want to bring your A game. That's part of being professional. So I'm hoping that you got value in this episode today, and please feel free, keep writing me. I'm taking questions. You can leave your comments or DM me on Instagram, Nurse Amy Academy. I'm also on Facebook, Nurse Amy Academy. I mean, people write to me all the time. Feel free to do so. Remember, I do private tutoring, you know, for those of you who need the extra. If the videos are not enough, and or the book, I'm hoping the book, the book that is out now, 7 tips to prepare for your state CNA exam, really puts you in the frame of mind. It does, and that's why I wrote it, because it has worked for my students. So I'm now sharing it with the world. So anyway, be safe, and I'll catch you in the next video.